around officially doing comment corners. However, I posted some shorts, and Andy, let me know in the comments of one of these shorts that these are not paper airplanes or paper bugs or paper vertebrae or paper bombs. They're made out of clay. That's very interesting because, man, the visual language is paper. Like, you got paper paste, you form it inside. I mean, even the whole paper airplane thing in the first place, right? Or paper birds, I guess. But like, the whole vision is so white. Most clay is brown, isn't it? So the visual language just was not of clay. It was of paper. So that's why I was calling it paper. But, like I said before, it's in English, there's no subtitles, and I can't talk and listen at the same time. Now, I can be talking and pick up on some dialogue, but I'm 100% going to miss some dialogue when it's English going in my ears at the same time talking. So either I sit here for the entire episode and not talk, or, which is not going to be an interesting reaction. Nobody wants to see that. I sure as hell wouldn't. Or I'm going to miss some shit. That's just what it is. It's cost of doing business. Which why, for most anime, I prefer to do the Japanese. So I have subtitles, because I found I can read easily. I didn't think I could. I can easily read and talk at the same time. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Maybe because of my hearing condition, I just can't. I cannot listen and talk at the same time. I'm going to miss stuff. Probably, so it was probably stated at some point. Like, I remember he was doing some dialogue talking about his ability in probably the episode that he was introduced. They showed him going into his pouch. He probably said the word clay, and I just missed it. So, but anyway, that's what the comments are for. There's these little fine details, and does it matter if it's paper or clay? No, it really doesn't. Like, what difference does that make? It's a raw material he's converting into objects that service him, right? Does it matter which raw material it is? Probably not. Unless maybe I'm sitting there, I start thinking that you can use water against paper. I would never think that you could use water against clay, right? I suppose, but then it's protected by magic, so then you start going down a rabbit hole. So, at any rate, I do appreciate the comments. If there's any factual errors, I'm not going to get offended, because I understand the situation. It's not going to be about my ego. Oh my God, I'm always correct. How dare you correct me? Or some other defensive crap. You don't have to worry about that. Just go ahead and correct me. So thanks to Andy for that, and let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to cue it up at the end of the theme song. By the way, we talk about spoilers again just real quick. Look at this. This is the last frame of the theme song, right? We're only seeing 3 people here. That's the squad. So me thinking Jailala, whatever his name is, was going to join the crew is probably idiotic, but not that I'm really paying attention to these kinds of spoilers. To me, like, I guess it's just going to be a squad of 3. I wouldn't mind other people. But, I mean, I'm not invested in that. I like all 3 of these characters, so we're good, right? But that's just another example of, like, how they can kind of spoil it. Because if they didn't have this image, you could assume any kind of makeup of the squad, whatever, right? You could assume it would end up being anything. You don't know. This kind of cements it a little bit more. At any rate, we're going on 1. 3, 2, 1. Shit. You gotta watch these. These are like landmines. Yeah. You don't know how powerful these things are. Plus, it could not be a paper bomb. It could be something else. Look at it. Oh, shit. What the hell? Seriously? Oh, Jesus. I thought there was some kind of... They had set it up. I thought somebody was about to ambush him. Is what I thought was going on. I prefer to be prepared for the worst case scenario. Bickering old men. Sorry, we're still angry at each other. We don't have time for you. They were waiting, man. Go. Jesus. Shit. Oh, PTSD. Okay. I'm telling you, man. Like that's twice they've jump scared me in 3 minutes. Yep. He's probably becoming a crowd favorite, I think. They're not scared of him. Shit. It better not be bad news. Shit. Yeah. Poisoned. The hits just keep coming. His puppets are really hurt, sir. Man, you ain't gonna hear shit. They're dead. Those men are already dead. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How dare you get close to us? Look at that clay owl. He is an owl, right? He looks like an owl. You're a sensitive little bitch talking about other people being touchy. Did you think he wants Naruto? Jesus. Very troubling. Andy also said this is one of his favorite characters. I agree. So far, he's pretty cool. I call him a sensitive bitch, but, he is. He's an irritable F you. But more than one thing can be true at the same time. He is extremely cool. I just don't like those irritable people that just always have a jag in their attitude. You know what I'm saying? Ah, here we go. Cross connection. Sup? She's gonna join him. I like this. This is a power up, man. I know I give her shit for the fan, but I'm just kidding. I mean, clearly she's a badass, right? She could wreck you with that fan, man. It's just such an interesting choice for a weapon. Dude, he is messed up. Ruined his makeup. You know it's a bad day when he ain't looking fit. Yeah, you got to squat up. The bad omen. The bad omen. You're goddamn right. We're doing this. We're out of here. Shit. They don't have an antidote. I would hate it if he dies. I like this character a lot. His puppets are cool, man. I can see them killing somebody like him. Probably not, but it's not assured, right? Come on, is she with you? Quit holding out on us. That's right. Yeah, it is Naruto that he wants. That is who that dude wants. Saucier or whatever his name is. Yep. So they may not necessarily want to kill you, but they don't want. Oh, there she is. Good. Tired of their shit. Yep. Yep. He's getting tired of this shit. We haven't really seen him fight yet. with his new abilities, his 3 years of training. Not really. I can't wait to see him rock and roll. He's a monster. I knew that they knew each other from a very young age. I guess seeing it visually is different than like knowing it intellectually, right? They were this tall when they first met. Everybody does. Oh shit. He's fly ranting. He's flying through the air ranting. We're saving him. I really like the parallels between these two characters. Look at this, man. He's got so much support you don't. You can barely stand. Yep. He has a lot of empathy. I don't think that necessarily reads all the time because he's pretty self involved, as all teenagers are, right? He does have a lot of empathy, though. She's like, what shit show did I join here? Oh, shit, what's that? She had a flashback, or is that something that just happened? Oh, a tear. One of his tears hit her. That's what it was. Shit. Like I said, man, he's got a lot of empathy. I don't know that I ever truly grasped that until now. Did we ever get the theme song? Oh, wait. Jesus. We skipped the theme song. I'm starting to feel like I missed it. I may check out the next one even if we don't. Even if there's no cold open. I was actually like, you know what? I ain't jammed out in a couple hours, right? Wow, that's never happened before. I've never wanted the theme song ever. That is wild. He is wrecked. So they've been running for 24 hours now, at least. The distance between these villages must be pretty large, which makes sense, right? Yeah, he is messed up, man. We ain't got no magic healers or anything? Oh, really? Really? You gonna hold out on us? Well, that can't be good. More bad news. Yeah, it's too late. They're already dead. Yep. Unleash the dogs of war. You better leave a letter. People are dropping like flies right now. F them. We need flow of information going both directions, dude. Otherwise, everybody's in the dark, man. Come on. Have a minion follow you and give them the information, and they can run back and tell everybody else. If it, they're going out the big guns, because I get the feeling they can haul ass, right? I'm hungry. Shut up. Very nice. I was thinking the same thing. I wasn't going to comment because it's kind of a dated series, so it's like whatever. You know, it is what it is. But I was thinking it. Sounds very naughty. We're going to talk about him at some point. Probably have to be a special video because I have a lot of thoughts, right? And there's no time for you. We're going to take them all out. Yep. This could be a great confrontation I say if it ever happens. There's little doubt it will. You don't set it up this much and then not do it. This isn't Game of Thrones. They spent 7 seasons setting up a conflict between Jon Snow and the Night King. And spoiler alert, this is actually a well-written show, is what I'm saying. See, there's subverting expectations, like we expect a conflict. That's one thing. Worthless Viper. That's right. Why are you trying to hold out, Naruto? Yep. Again, with the disgusting ass tongue. Yep. We're of the same mind. We're on the same mission here. I don't know about Kasuke. Kashi. I like it. I'm into it. But the other thing is a promise not delivered. If you make a promise, you need to keep it as a storyteller. Game of Thrones made a promise they didn't keep. That's not subverting expectations. That's breaking a promise. Narratively speaking, that kills your story. And that's not something you can ever be sure of until you know what kind of story they're trying to tell and you see the totality of the finished story. But you can look back and you say, okay, either they fulfilled their promise or they broke the promise. I have a feeling this show's going to keep their promises. Like, for instance, another way to keep the promise would be they reconcile. You know? Oh, shit. Nope. I'm fishing. Of course I'm not awake. That shit's way too boring to do while you're awake. Do you even have eyeballs left? Maybe she's dead. She died 3 days ago. I never noticed. Well, shit. Quit stealing my jokes. Hilarious. That's right. Uh huh. So you're crazy too. Cool. She's quite mad, Wow. Denied. Okay. I'm sure there's great wisdom and great power here, but we're old. Right. Do you have any oatmeal? In other words, you can all die. We don't care. Wonder who her grandson is. Somebody we know. Oh, great. That disturbed the force. Well, shit. So, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a confrontation. You promise. Well, it doesn't have to be violence, is what I'm saying. You promise a confrontation between Sasuke and his brother. Yeah, they've already confronted each other once, but it was, Cordis. Was it Cordis Interruptus? Whatever. So, we got blue balls. So there's going to be a confrontation. Now, we may assume, if you want to subvert expectations, you could say the expectation will be they're going to fight. But sometimes the confrontation happens, okay? It's at the end of the movie or at the end of the TV series. And the object, like, you have your hero who wants something, and then the object, like, the hero, the object killed the hero's family. So the hero wants revenge. So they finally meet up at the end of the movie or TV show. And the object is old and tired and sick and wants to die. So then the object be like, okay, you can kill me, I'm done. And then the hero's like, well, hell, you're not going to fight me. I don't want that. And then just walks away. Kill yourself, old man. Do it yourself, right? That is satisfying the promise. You have had a confrontation. The hero makes a choice. The hero chooses not to fight and chooses not to kill the person. That's a valid choice. That's valid storytelling. But if you set this up for the whole movie, the whole TV series even worse because of the time investment we're talking about, and then the object kills himself before the hero ever even encounters him again, you might could pull that off, man. You have to be such a good writer. You have to be such a good writer. Like you could maybe there's something in the back of my head. I think I may have seen this once or twice where it actually worked. Man, you have to be one of the best writers out there to pull that off, make that work, because narratively, you could depending on what you're trying to achieve storytelling wise, you could be like the face saved you from killing somebody and becoming a murderer or something. Like that would have to be your theme, and that would have to be a very strong theme throughout. And everybody doesn't want him to do this, and he's going to do it, and he walks in there and it's been robbed of him, and he's actually grateful. Something like that, you could maybe pull that off, maybe, right? But see, that's what Game of Thrones failed so badly at. They made a promise and then they broke the promise. That is not subverting expectations. That is shitty storytelling, is what that is. So, this show, I don't think we kind of got off on us. This is kind of like a side conversation. Not, but they did bring up Sasuke this episode, so, I think it's relevant. We're gonna get, we've had multiple promises made in this series, right? Naruto wants to get him back, and getting him back isn't just physically getting him back. They want to mentally and emotionally get him back. That's not a promise. We don't know that maybe he stays evil. Maybe they have to fight to the death. Sasuke can even kill Naruto. Maybe he has to do a heroic sacrifice. So I do know that Boruto or whatever it's called exists, which means I think he's still alive. I don't know. I've only seen some teenager. I think he has white hair. I'm not even sure on that. I haven't really seen what he looks like or anything. It's just I have a Twitter account I follow. He's a One Piece stan account. He's constantly shitting on Boruto. He seems to like Naruto, the Shippuden, but he makes jokes there too. But he saves his venom for Brought. Apparently, it sucks. I know some people disagree. Brianna does. I don't actually know if Naruto's alive for that series. Don't tell me, of course, because I don't want to know if he lives or dies at the end of the series. We're just speculating here. But before we get off on a second tangent of a tangent of a tangent, right? The point here is you could even have Sasuke kill Naruto or whatever, because these are just the broad stroke details. It's all in the execution. I am confident this show will pull it off and execute this in a very satisfying way. But I think I first got off on this because I was saying like we've been made this promise, and I assume it will happen. Sasuke will confront his brother. Maybe his brother will kill him. You know, there is no Sasuke Junior show out there. I think he is Naruto's son, which he could have impregnated somebody for the end of the series. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We're not hearing about a Sasuke Junior show. So he could be killed by his brother, and that would still be a satisfying conclusion, depending on how they execute it and what the point is, right? All we know is that, all I can tell you for sure, I'm confident he and his brother will confront each other. What happens there? Probably similar to what I was saying before. I think his brother, if we're making predictions, his brother probably will be tired and wants to die at this point. I could totally see that happening.